What is the smallest number which when increased by 5 is completely divisible by 8, 11 and 24? So here we have a question which once again can be answered in two ways. So I will discuss both the methodologies. The first method that I will discuss is my own method which I use while answering these questions. Now we have to find out the smallest value which when increased by 5 is completely divisible by 8, 11 and 24. Now we should understand the first thing is that the divisibility test of 8 and then 24, which can be written as 8 multiplied by 3. So we should also know the divisibility test of 3. The divisibility test of 8 says that last 3 digits of the number should be divisible by 8. But that's quite difficult to use because every number that we have here is a 3-digit number. So divisibility test of 3 is actually simpler and it can be very quickly applied in the questions. The divisibility test of 3 says that sum of the digits should be divisible by 3, should be a multiple of 3, right? So what I'm going to do first is that I'll consider the options. I'll start from the smallest option because the question is talking about the smallest number out of the options available. So let's start with 264. I have to increase the number by 5 and then see whether it's divisible by 8, 11, 24, all of them or not. 264 when increased by 5 results in 269, and which is an odd number, so definitely it's not divisible by 8. So A option can straight away be eliminated. Now comes option B. Option B is 259 when increased by 5 becomes 264. Now if you add the digits, it's 12. The sum is 12. 2 plus 6 plus 4, the sum is 12. Therefore, which is divisible by 3. So the condition satisfied. Let's quickly check with 8. So 8 can divide it by, when I divide it by 8, I see 3 and 3. That means 8 also divides it, and since I am getting the result 33, so that's also divisible by 11. It satisfies all the conditions, and out of the 5 options, this is the least. So we quickly understand that B option has to be the correct answer. That's the first way of answering this question. However, the second method, which is both mathematical in nature, goes like this. We have to find the smallest number which when increased by 5 should be divisible by 8, 11 and 24. The smallest means the least, and after the number, let's say this x, is increased by 5, should be divisible by 8, 11, 24 and should also be the least number of such a type. So actually we are looking at the least common multiple of 8, 11 and 24, which means the value of x should be equal to the LCM of 8, 11, 24 minus 5. If you find out the LCM of 8, 11 and 24, I think we should quickly get into the prime factorization. 8 is 2 cube, 11 is 11, 24 is 2 cube times 3. So the LCM becomes 2 cube times 3 times 11 minus 5. If you simplify this further, 8 into 3 into 11 minus 5, which is 24 times 11 minus 5, and it comes out to be 264 minus 5. So the value of x becomes 259. That's the mathematical way of getting the answer. However, I always recommend that the options should be used if they are usable. And here we could very intelligently use the options and figure out the answer in far less time. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for watching this video.